What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Coach Plays here, guys, and thank you for joining me for this NFL free agency. Guys, let me know if my audio is good, and we will get this thing kicked off. Oh, yeah. We are good as far as audio, guys. For the next couple hours, we are going to just recap everything that has happened as far as NFL free agency is concerned. And we're gonna react to everything that's gonna happen free agency. I'm gonna keep up Twitter tracker here. I've got you right here up to date with everything Twitter. We can make it big. We'll make it full screen. We've also got I got NFL.com. We got NFL free agency tracker, and we've got some special guests that's going to be joining the show. So guys, grab on and hold on to your butts. We're in for a crazy day here, as the past couple of days, NFL free agency has just been booming. And it's not even about the free agents. It's also about the trades. Like, NFL is coming into some crazy times now. I don't think a whole lot in the past you see where teams trade players that much in the NFL. But it has become very active as the last few years. And this year, I think it's the biggest it's ever been. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Absolutely, Chase T66, holding on to my butt. There you go. Your boy Roach is in the house. Crazy Mofo, Landon, Sports Boy 37, Taylor Smith in the house. RQ3, Connor Burke. Just tons and tons. Diego's in the house. Bob Money's in the house. Let me keep going through here. Guys, y'all are I appreciate y'all very much. I know Titan Anderson's in the house somewhere. So, guys, we're in for a big one. What is up, Crazy Blade? As always, guys, when you come in here, hit the thumbs up. Share it out to grow conversation. I want to see the chat just completely going crazy. We might be bringing you on, some of you on, get in the show, give us your reaction. And we're just going to get in here and we're going to react to every bit of trade. But someone who's going to be pretty well with us throughout the whole day, if we're lucky enough to have him, is our boy Bobby from Butchered Block and Patriots Talk. What is up, Bobby? How's it going?
What's up, Coach? What's going on, man?
Not much, man. NFL free agency has been pretty crazy this year, but I don't know if it's been any crazier to a fan base more than the New England Patriots.
Butcher sad face. Cue violin.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll just start off with there. What's up, the other Coach K? The other Coach K's in the house. We'll just start off with
Roach is in the house. What up, Roach?
We got to start out with the Tom Brady stuff, and not like say there's a whole lot of news out there. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna cover a lot of what everybody in the chat wants to talk about as well. We'll get to the chats and we'll just bring up your comments and topics, and we'll get into that. But first, let's go ahead and get the Brady stuff out of the way. Tom Brady leaving New England Patriots for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think, when you say those words out loud, it sounds pretty freaking weird. But what's your take on it being from a New England Patriots fan?
The Bucks. Like, it just doesn't feel right. To say I would even accept him going to like the Colts because it's like the dome, and they do have some just the Bucks. Like, it just doesn't sound right.
It sure doesn't. But you know what would sound even more crazy? If he went to the Buffalo Bills, or if he
stayed in the division.
If he stayed in the division, that would have been crazy, but it also would have been some heck of TV. But I think he's very smart. If he's going to go anywhere, I think it's very strategic that he goes to the NFC side, because you don't have to play because I think at this point the AFC is stronger than the NFC. I think for years there it kind of maybe but I 100% think the AFC is stronger. You got Patrick Mahomes, you got the Ravens that's building every single year. I was going to say the Texans, but they're out the door now because I thought the Texans were building. We'll get into the Texans, and that might take up so much of our time, because instead of firing their coach, they give them a promotion and whatever. I digress, but no, I truly think Tom Brady it's strategic that he's going, because I think he could have went to the Chargers and they would have paid him anything they wanted, and he probably could have went to the Raiders. But if you're at the Chargers or Raiders, you got to play Mahomes twice a year. I don't know.
Smart.
If that
It was smart for him to go to the NFC because now the only time he's going to have to see the Chiefs is if they get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think that was very strategic. What's kind of the fingerprint on New England Nation? People up there in Boston, are they pissed off at Tom Brady? Are they pissed off at management? Are they disbelief? Or are some people up there that just don't care?
I would say the majority are mad at management. I would say the majority around here, at least the people that I've talked to, that they're more upset with the management because if it's, let's say, from what I've been hearing up here, it's 2 years. It's going to be a 2 or 3 year deal, more than likely a 2-year deal at 30 apiece, with I think over 40 over 40 guaranteed. That's what I've been hearing. You can't tell me with the way these owners move the money around and renegotiate and just, you know, how they manage their money. You can't tell me that the Patriots organization couldn't at least try. Like, it's almost like they didn't even try. Kraft clearly distanced himself from the whole situation. He didn't want to be labeled the bad guy in all of this, and it was his. He took his shot to step back and say, "This is not my decision. I'm going to defer to Bill Belichick on this for all football matters." And as soon as that writing was out, that information was out there, I think the writing was on the wall that Belichick he's probably wanted to get rid of Brady for 2 years now, and this was his opportunity. So I think that's kind of my thoughts on that. And they just, it was just, Bill felt that Brady had run his course. And Brady thought that he had something left in the tank to give. And it was just a difference of opinions. And unfortunately, Robert said, he's trying to look out. I get what he's doing. He's trying to look, Bill has the interests of the future of the team, and it's a tough call. I respect Kraft for not meddling and letting Belichick make that call, but do I agree with how he sent Tom out? No, I think he did him a little dirty on the way out. I think he kind of threw him under the bus a little bit, and I think they could have sent Tom to Tampa a little more respectfully, kind of like the Chargers situation where they just mutually split with Rivers and thanked him for his time. But if you're, like I said, the majority of us, I think, are more mad or more upset with the lack of try from the Belichick Kraft side of things.
You said that, you felt like Belichick felt like Tom Brady, doesn't have enough left in the tank. I think Belichick, from an outside looking in, and I'm going to get to your boy Rocha's comment here because this is what I was about to say. I felt like Belichick might have thought about that a couple years ago, because I thought Shine showed what your boy Rocha says right here. I think Belichick wanted to keep Jimmy G. So a couple years ago, it looked like Belichick was already thinking Tom Brady was about done, and he wanted to go ahead and move on to Jimmy G. Do you think that could have been pretty true back?
That's
years ago.
That is 100% fact. That I think back then Kraft learned his lesson because he stepped in and did some meddling, and he overruled Belichick's, because Belichick wanted to get rid of Brady. After, he wanted to get rid of Brady a couple of years ago, and he tried to trade Gronk and Grady and tried to set the organization up, a couple of years ago, and he was overruled. Unfortunately, that idea was squashed, and I guess Kraft, he might have. I think maybe there was a difference of opinions at the time. Bill tends to err on the side of you get rid of a player
early.
You'd rather get rid of a player a year too soon than a year too late. And I think now this year, Belichick and Kraft, reevaluated the year last year, and they thought maybe they had got on the same page and just said, we can't build a team for the future if we pay Tom, $90 million. We're going to be pretty strapped for building a team in the future.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree there. You see New England move on from players a lot of times. And I mean, the Tennessee Titans, we'll get into it, like Taylor Smith down there talking about Tennessee Titans made a decision today to move on from one of their leaders, one of their veteran players in Jarrell Casey this morning. He's always been a leader for the Tennessee Titans. He's been a dang good football player his whole career, but his career is he's 30 years old, and his career is starting to look like it's going on the decline a little bit. And he was also in 5 days due $13.5 million, and then next year another $13 million. So I think the Titans made that move simply to get out now rather than be out too late and have bad play at a $13 million price tag. Mm-hmm. So, and I think that's how Bill Belichick and the Patriots work. And because the Tennessee Titans are doing that stuff because they learned from it. Our general manager was with Belichick for so many years. That's kind of how the Patriot way goes. It's just when you think about Tom Brady, you thought that might be the rule to the exception, the exception to the rule. But
you might treat him a little bit different after what he's meant to the franchise.
You would think so.
I'm telling you, Coach, that's the general. I'm pretty sure that's the general consensus here that the lack of try to try and get something done with him. You know what I mean? Like just the lack of try. From all the reports that are coming in now. See now that Brady's going to be pretty much officially gone. You see more. You tend to see more of the truth coming. More truthful reports coming out, and it's people who are very close to the situation are saying that Belichick and Kraft really didn't try to give him they didn't even really negotiate with him, which is it's kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of people still ultimately felt like he would always come back, but my thought process of, because I made multiple videos on it, I put the rumors, I fed into the rumors about maybe possibly Tom Brady to the Tennessee Titans, and I think those rumors were true because I think where there's smoke, there's fire. But the reason why I thought eventually Tom Brady, I think a lot of people just thought Tom Brady would go back to New England, and there was parts of me that felt that too. But I felt like it's Tom Brady. They could have re-signed him a year ago. And the more this thing drug out at the start of the season and then halfway through the season and then at the end of the season, the more this got closer to free agency was the more I thought, holy cow, there's a legit chance Tom Brady is leaving. And the moment they hit free agency, it didn't take too long for the news to break that, he was leaving.
I had a bad feeling in my stomach when I read multiple reports coming from Rappaport, coming from people who were basically every one of the Patriots beat writers. They all had said that Kraft is 100% stepping out of this decision. Like he will not have any say in this. He has deferred. And not only did he do that, but he put out a public statement saying that he is deferring this decision to Belichick. And when he said that, I was like, oh no, that's if you're leaving it up to Bill, we all know how Bill is. Pats Nation knows how Bill is. Nobody is above the team. It doesn't matter who you are. He's done it with multiple guys who won this organization, who helped win this organization Super Bowls. He sent Vince Wilfork out he wasn't going to pay Vince. He did it with Richard Seymour. Nobody's above the team. Nobody is above the team with Bill Belichick, with when that statement came out that Robert Kraft was stepping back, from this decision, and he was leaving it all the way up, 100% up to Bill Belichick. That's when I kind of had, I did have my doubts, but I still thought that they would at least try. It was just shocking that there was the lack of effort. That's basically all I have to say about that. Just the lack of effort was just kind of like crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean it definitely was. So, so I'm sure we might hit on the Brady topic more going forward. So we'll go to this topic here, and I'll go ahead and put it in red because it's still semi breaking news. But Nick Foles traded to the Chicago Bears. So we'll get in here. Guys, put in your comments. What do you think about this? My thing is everybody was talking about how great Nick Foles was, and I think the guy hit lightning in a bottle. I think he's very solid. I think he's respectable. But after 1 year, and of course he had an unfortunate injury, 1 year he gets traded and he goes to the Chicago Bears. What do you think as far as this move? Does it make sense for the Jaguars? Do you think Gardner Minshew is the answer? I don't know if he's the answer, but I also know that if they could have traded Foles to anybody who would take that contract, I think that's a win for the Jacksonville Jaguars, in my opinion.
I'm with you. Get rid of that money, salary dump. They to me they were real lucky to get rid of that contract that Foles had. But the Bears, I mean, to me, I think Foles is an upgrade over Trubisky. That's a definite for me. I would take Nick Foles over Mitch Trubisky. Trubisky is, they've tried to give him the benefit of the doubt over and over and over and over and over. Like he just hasn't progressed. He hasn't moved. You know what I mean? Like it's just the Bears are running on a treadmill with Mitch Trubisky. They had to do something. Whether it was draft a guy or try and find a stopgap guy, which I think Foles is a stopgap until they get to their franchise, until they find their franchise guy. I think he can step in and be a good stand-in. But I just, I think the Bears had to do something. They realized that if they want to compete, they have to do something.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think this is a win for both teams. Like say for the Jags to be able to dump that contract on another team, I think it's a win. And I mean, the Bears have a quarterback issue right now. I mean, between Trubisky, I mean, he has not panned out the way the way that team had hoped. So, I could see that being a win. I ultimately don't think Nick Foles is the answer as well, and I think that's a lot of money to take. The way I come at it from the Chicago Bears standpoint, I mean, you could have made a trade for Cam Newton, and I don't think that money is as bad as Nick Foles. You could have picked up Jameis Winston. I mean, for Jameis Winston, for as many interceptions as he throws, he still threw 30 touchdowns yesterday. Maybe, maybe there's still something there. I think there could have been a better avenue for the Chicago Bears that would have been a much cheaper option, even if you went in the draft. So I honestly did not think the Chicago Bears would be able to, the Jacksonville Jaguars, I did not think that they would be able to dump this contract. So I think it's definitely almost more of a win for the Jaguars than it is for the Bears.
Yeah, no, this was a clear salary dump. They were trying to get rid of that money. They were trying to get rid of that contract, get rid of that money. What's up, Skelly? What's up, John Blaze? What up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Guys, I appreciate y'all being in the comments. Like I say, we've got a heck of a lot. We're going to be on here for a while. We've got a heck of a lot to discuss. So, we're going to try to get into everybody's comments, and we're going to just and I've got us on ESPN right beside me. I've got us on Twitter.
Yeah, I got ESPN on the TV too.
Okay, so if there is any breaking news, we'll go ahead and tell people. I will say this: Adam Schefter is now reporting 20 minutes ago that former Bears pass rusher Leonard Floyd, who was just released like a day ago, is signing a 1-year deal worth $10 million, worth up to $13 million with incentives to the Los Angeles Rams. So the Rams beefing up on their pass rush a little bit there, guys.
So I don't know if you were watching it last night, or I don't know if you had, seen anything, but as soon as Brady went to the Bucs, just to go back to this real quick, I just thought this was interesting. They jumped like 35 points in the Super Bowl odds. They went from being like a 50-1 to like a 14 or 15-1.
Yeah, I did see that.
Like that was so.
Vegas
may know something.
One thing I saw was that no Super Bowl host city has ever went to the Super Bowl that year. Tom Brady has a potential to break another NFL record if he can get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Super Bowl this year and because the Super Bowl is being hosted in Tampa Bay. Flatline says also, I'm sure you saw Dante Fowler. Not sure if you talked about it yet. No, we haven't talked about that, and I have yet to see those details. Bobby, do you know anything on Dante Fowler?
I am looking right now. I have not seen anything.
I'm not seeing anything on Schefter. Not seeing anything on this free agency tracker. Let me do this. Let me stop screen. I appreciate you very much, Skelly Sharp. I definitely need to use the Facebook.
Skelly, you the man, bro. More. Skelly said he recommended you on a Facebook page.
I appreciate that very much. Flatline says he's going to Atlanta. So Flatline says he is going to Atlanta.
I wonder who if anybody's going to send going to sign Devontae Freeman, since he was let go from the
Devontae Freeman is a legit player. I mean, he can add a lot to a team
when healthy, though. That's the big problem. Yeah. When healthy, he's a force, but the guys unfortunately made of glass. And there's a lot of guys out there like that, which is unfortunate too. You know what I mean? Like they just one injury just can derail. One bad injury can derail, what could have been a really good career, because when he's healthy, the guy's a force.
Absolutely. I know Gerald McCoy got signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Signing bonus of, it's right here if y'all can see that, signing bonus $3 million. 2020 base salary $2.5 million fully guaranteed. 2021 $5 million, $1.5 million fully guaranteed, and 2022 $5.25 million. So I mean that's a team friendly deal for the Cowboys there for Gerald McCoy. Flylines is reporting 3 years, $16 million per year for Fowler. So that's a lot of money, $16 million per year for Fowler. I mean, good for him. That's a payday.
Yeah, no, that's kind of a reach.
Yeah, I would think it definitely is a reach. But I will say this: I always caution people. When teams are always like, "Oh, they overpaid." That's free agency. That's why ultimately you can't build a Super Bowl team through free agency. You can just add pieces, and sometimes you hit. A lot of times you miss. So, I mean, they definitely reached, but I know the Tennessee Titans just signed pass rusher from Atlanta Falcons, Vic Beasley. So they needed to fill that void. How do they do it? They signed Dante Fowler, 3 years, $16 million deal for the Falcons. I appreciate you, Flatlines, keeping us updated. Like I say, there are a lot of moving pieces today. The NFL free agency officially doesn't start for another 34 minutes. So we're gonna see a lot of deals kind of come out. We're gonna see a lot of deals that we've heard about the past couple of days go final, and we're also there might be, because last year some of these deals that happened in the first 2 days that everybody's like, oh, it's done. No, that's just agreed to terms. Like every now and then, right when the NFL free agency start, you see these deals fall away. You know, they something happens. So,
these guys have to go through a whole process. Like they have to go through a physical. They have to go, like if they don't pass their physical, the other team can throw these deals out. They can be like, no, he didn't pass his physical. We're not paying him all this money. No.
I do want to hit on this. Flatline says that gives. He's talking about the Dante Fowler. He said that gives you the Clowney market. If Titans are truly interested for chasing Clowney, it will cost them more than the $16 million that Fowler got. I 100% agree.
And now, he's not worth that. Jadeveon Clowney is not worth $16 million. Nope.
Well, that's tough. I think he brings a lot to the table. I think he's going to get more than $16 million. I don't know if he's worth a lot more than $16 million. I feel like if you got Clowney at $16 million a year, that actually might be a good deal. He's better than Fowler
when he tries.
Yeah, and that is one issue you got to worry about is will he try once he gets that big money. I will say this for the Tennessee Titans, for all Titans fans out there, they just got rid of that contract with Jarrell Casey. I think that contract could be to move some pieces to where they can make a big move. I don't know if it's Clowney or it might just be to pay Henry the big bucks, but maybe that moves there. Flatline says estimations are saying Clowney could demand $20 million per year. I did see just about an hour ago, Shay, that apparently Clowney is not seeing what he had hoped his market to be. So that market might be climbing down. They said that there's some frustration with Clowney as he has not saw the market that he had hoped.
He's a 14 to $16 million guy tops. But then again, I've been dealing with 20. But then again, Bill Belichick might have rubbed off on me. I'm just an a-hole from Boston, so.
That's the thing. I think his athletic ability and what he can do on the football field is worth more than $16 million. Is his motor there?
That's what I'm saying. If he tries, you see what happens when he puts 100% effort in. The guy's still a beast. He's still a force. It's just it's an effort thing. Like if you could ever get him on a team that could motivate him for 16 games, he would be a force.
All right, so we do got some breaking news here.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got something coming through too. Hold on.
I'll put this one on here right now while you're getting that. But Adam Schefter is reporting 1 minute ago. Former Saints cornerback Eli Apple is signing with the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's the one that I got.
Reported. So there is that. Eli Apple is out of New Orleans and going to Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Flatline says Clowney is a high risk, but also a high reward signing. Flatline says, and the other Coach K believes someone like a Mike Vrabel could be that guy, though, that could bring him out and constantly, give him that push. And I agree with what you're saying here also, the other Coach K, that his name brings more because of what he did at South Carolina. Butcher, did you have some breaking news of anything?
I just had the Eli Apple thing. That's
Eli
all that
Apple
came through for me.
All right, so yeah, That's the breaking news, guys. Eli Apple, former corner of the New Orleans Saints, is on his way out and is signing with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think that's a pretty good signing for the Las Vegas Raiders. What do you think, Butcher? Do you know anything about Eli Apple?
I am not an Eli Apple fan. There's a reason why he didn't make it in New York, why they shipped him out of there.
Yeah. So
he did okay for the first year in New York. He's had some struggles, so it'll be interesting to see if LA can straighten him out.
Yeah, I mean they I know the Raiders definitely needed some help as far as the defensive back core, so they're gonna hope. Your boy Rocher comes in and says, "Yeah, Eli Apple is a bum." He goes,
Yeah.
he is a bum.
See, Roach, I didn't want to. I didn't want to like go that. You know what I mean? But still, I'm not an Eli Apple fan. I'm not. He struggled in New York and he struggled in New Orleans. I don't think he's that good, to be honest. Like I haven't been a fan of him.
I'm just scrolling through Twitter right now. Someone else said. Skelly Sharp says it's number 6 trending on Google right now. I don't know. I wonder if he's talking about Nick Foles. We kind of talked about that, like say Nick Foles to the Bears. I think that's a great trade for the Jaguars to dump that contract. I don't really think it's a great trade for the Bears to take all that money on a contract with Nick Foles.
Hey, hold up, Coach. You're kind of lagging on my end. I might have to refresh my stream here for a second. So if I lose you, I'll come right back.
You look good as far as the stream is concerned. I'm receiving a little bit of a lag too, but on the stream it don't look bad.
All right,
there is a little bit of a lag.
I'll refresh mine. If I lose you, I'll just come right back in.
Okay. Hold on, guys. Just 1 second.
All right.
If I refresh it, it would probably cancel the stream, would it not?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to refresh.
As long as it looks fine on stream, we're good. That's all that matters.
I think I have frozen on stream myself.
Gotta love technology.
Yeah, man, that sucks. I know audio is still good.
I'll pull up YouTube on my phone and see what it looks like. I will pull up audio on my phone.
Honestly, I think it might be a little bit of an issue when I screen share. So maybe I stop screen sharing right there and we look like we're in much better shape. So what I'll do when I screen share, I'll do it just right then, and then when we're not pulling up screen share, I'm going to cancel it out.
All right,
I think it's pulling a little bit too much bandwidth when we screen share.
Yeah, because you're normal now. Yep.
Yeah, so that's going to be the issue. So I think we're all good now. Sebastian says Eli Apple fits perfectly with O'Neal with the Raiders' safety. He said Eli Apple can be as good as Jamal Adams in New York. I 100% disagree with that statement. Jamal Adams is a stud.
Yes, and Eli Apple is a dud.
Flightline says Eli Apple, just 24 years old, good size for modern era corner at 6'1" and allowing 43% completion percentage in man coverage. He's a loss for the Saints. I definitely think it's a loss. I mean, it
look at Flatlines with the glass half full.
Flatline's coming in with some statistics there. Hopefully we can get Flatlines in the stream at some point. He's busy right now, but he is least giving us
he's a glass half full guy. Move to Boston and you'll see we're not so optimistic up here.
Yeah, there is no glass half full for anyone in Boston right now. That's for sure. Will Welch has joined the stream. What's up, Will? Appreciate you being here. He says you think Foles' contract has to be restructured 100%, and maybe that. Now here's the thing.
I bet they try and extend it out. They might keep the
they
same amount of money,
restructure
but
it, then it could be good for the Bears. If
Yeah.
it stays status quo, that's terrible trade for the Bears.
I think they'll try it. What's it again for the years for Foles again? What's the years? I think it was.
See if I can find that contract.
I think he's
Nick Foles already. Hey, wait a minute. Adam Schefter, 45 minutes ago. Nick Foles already has restructured his contract with the Bears.
perfect. Yep. So
he still has 3 years left. Still has $21 million guaranteed left. But Foles now has the ability to void the deal after either of the first 2 years, depending on his performance. Deal includes upside, so it's already better for the Bears.
You know why they did that, right? Let's say he plays super good for the next 2 seasons, or let's say he has a hell of a year this year, and the Bears make it into the second round of the playoffs. He can opt out and say, "I'm going to go get more money."
Yeah, but I also think that's a win for the Bears. Like, of course,
Absolutely.
Nick Foles is trying to bet on himself once again. But so Nick Foles, Skelly says Nick Foles stud or dud. King Isaac comes in pretty quick, says Foles is a dud. He's a one-hit wonder. What do you think?
I think Foles is a slightly above average backup. Put it this way, Nick Foles, the Eagles captured lightning in a bottle with Nick Foles that year that they won the Super Bowl. They captured lightning in a bottle. They were just on a moment, like the momentum was on their side, and I know he won a Super Bowl, but I think that was more lightning in a bottle than anything.
He definitely is. He definitely won a Super Bowl. You can't take that away from him. But you can catch lightning in a bottle. And now here's the thing. People get paid for lightnings in a bottle, but you just can't expect it every single year.
You know what?
Me personally, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan. I loved hearing when Jacksonville signed him to all that money because I personally did not think he'd bring no Super Bowl to the Jags. So I'm more of he's a dud rather than a stud. He's closer to a dud. He's not a dud, but he's closer to a dud rather than a stud. I feel like we're starting to get very what is it? Dr. Seuss in here, stud, dud, all that stuff. But
you know what the Eagles can do with that Super Bowl trophy? They can take that, they can strap it to the Atlas rocket and launch that sucker to the moon. The hell, you're lucky your channel's PG. Come at me, Eagle fans. I'll tell you what you can do with that Super Bowl.
There you go. Flatlines, this is some non-NFL news. He says NBA announced that during the downtime, they will be giving NBA League Pass free to anyone to watch any game in the NBA history for free. So you know what? Maybe the Coach Plays does some play-by-plays of some old NBA finals. That might be.
I hope they have the 2008 finals in there. That would be spectacular.
Yeah, but that might be something that me and Butcher Block collabs on. Some finals regarding some Celtics and Lakers. That'd be fun. All right, so Scaly says he has potential. We saw how good he could be. I agree, but I just think there's a massive ceiling for Nick Foles. I don't think he's
bashing his head off of it right now.
I don't think he's a franchise guy. Here's the thing. Yes, he had an injury. What do the Jacksonville Jaguars need? They need a franchise quarterback. Does anybody think Gardner Minshew is 100% a fact? Like, put it, count it, bank on it that he's a franchise quarterback? I don't think there's one person out there that said that they could guarantee he's a franchise quarterback. So if he's not a guarantee, the Jags should need to hold on to Nick Foles. I think they saw enough in spring practice, spring workouts, and then fall camp, and then early in the season that they felt like, you know what, Nick Foles doesn't have it. I think by them getting out of this contract, A, yes, it's the money, but B, quarterbacks don't grow on trees. For them to get rid of him, I think it shows you a little bit that they don't think he's the franchise. This is them admitting their massive mistake of paying him all that.
I think they made a knee-jerk reaction when they got that was my when I saw that they had got Foles. I said, well, that's a knee-jerk. That was my exact. I just said that was a knee-jerk signing there. Like, why? I'm one to be more cautious with quarterbacks. I want to see how they are 3 years into their stay in the NFL. Then I'll make a judgment.
Yep. So
because they're obviously going to struggle their first year, unless you're a stud. Unless unless you're a Patrick Mahomes, then you're not like obviously you can jump right in to that. But most of these guys are going to struggle. They're going to struggle through their rookie year because it's a learning curve. But it's how they respond in year 2 and 3 that really matters. Then you're going to see how these guys are going to pan out.
So I've got so much popping up in my head. It's been a crazy 3 days. We've got a lot to get to, guys. I promise you, we're gonna get to the DeAndre Hopkins trade in a little bit. That's one that keeps weighing on my mind. That needs to be talked about because it's the worst trade in NFL history. Flatline says Seth Roberts signing with the Panthers, giving Joe Brady and Bridgewater a decent weapon. 3-year, $12 million a year deal. I think that's a really good signing. I tell you, Bridgewater and
smart move at a really good price.
Bridgewater and Christian McCaffrey might look pretty nice back there. Like, I'm rooting for Bridgewater. That's going to be a very interesting division. Saints with, of course, Breeze and all their weapons. You now got Bridgewater with Christian McCaffrey and the Carolina Panthers with a new head coach trying to get in there. And then you've got Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, that division has just became very, very interesting.
I just can't wait to see Brady and Breeze play each other. Like, that's a dream matchup right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Taylor Smith says Dolphins are making some moves this offseason.
They are.
100% are.
They are.
We might can get into them in a little bit, but of course their biggest signing was Byron Jones, $54.4 million. So far, most guaranteed money on free agents so far, Ryan Tannehill leads the way with $91 million guaranteed, but that is only if he makes it to year 3 of that contract. Only 62 of it is fully guaranteed. Amari Cooper is second at $60 million guaranteed with his contract, which, you know what? I was a little shocked that Amari Cooper actually went back to the Cowboys. I think that's just him.
I thought for sure somebody was going to offer him like a massive amount of money to pull him away from there.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Like, who's been looking for receiver help for years is the Eagles. I'm surprised the Eagles didn't try and go after Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams out there who could have used a receiver. That's for sure. Your boy Roach says, I think Joe Burrow will be good his rookie year like Murray. I think he'll be good. It's just Bengals got to build around him. They have to put – and A.J. Green is not like a building block. No, they need to put a young, talented receiver that he can throw. Like the Cincinnati is where quarterbacks go to die. Their careers go to die there. It's that organization. It is crap. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I feel like a lot of people's kind of down on Andy Dalton, but I think Andy Dalton's actually not a bad quarterback. And I'll say this. I don't think no one's talking about it. I think that's a legit option for the Patriots, at least for next year.
He's been talked about up here as a stopgap guy for at least 1 year.
Yeah, and I think he could be good. I think Andy Dalton just doesn't have the bodies around him. I think you put him on a dang good football team, he could pull a team to the playoffs. Would he get far? I don't know. We just don't know because he's had such a bad team around him.
They've just the Bengals are it's an organizational wide failure over there. Like that's I'm hope like for all the LSU fans, for all the Joe Burrow fans, for all like I hope somebody jumps the Bengals. I hope they do. I really do because I want to see him anywhere but Cincinnati. Or if Burrow does get drafted by Cincinnati, I hope he like pulls an Eli Manning and refuses to play there. Because put it just anywhere but Cincinnati. I want to see Burrow on the Chargers. That's where I want to see him.
That would be good. But there's no way Burrow doesn't go to the Bengals. There's just no way. You have to do what's best for your franchise. The Bengals have to take Burrow.
No, they do. They have to. There's no choice. I just feel bad for the kid because he's going into just such a mess of an organization.
Sebastian says it was decent with Marvin Lewis. The Bengals had opportunity to dominate the AFC, but just choked in big moments. A disappointing loss to the Jets 2009, the Colts loss in 2014, wild card, and Texans in 2011. I do remember. I thought they had their best chance. I don't know what year this was, but I know I was sitting in like a Red Robin eating food, watching playoff football when Carson Palmer got hurt, I believe, in the playoffs, right at the start of a playoff game. And that's when they had Ocho Cinco, and they had a lot of studs. And I believe, I'm not mistaken on that, he either got hurt in a playoff game or like right before the playoffs. But that was their year, I thought, that they could make big hay. They were real. This has been quite a few years now. I mean, we're talking Carson Palmer, but they had a really good team back in the day. But I think we've already probably we've already hit the limit on how much we should talk about the Cincinnati Bengals in this stream. Taylor Smith said, do you think Dalton would be a good backup in Tennessee behind Tannehill? I think he definitely would, but he's not a backup. He's a true starter.
He's not gonna want to take a backup position.
And I think you're actually more and more talks is Logan Woodside's probably going to be the backup for the Titans, which I don't know if I agree with.
Are they going to draft Are the Titans going to draft a QB, a backup?
I think they have to, at least in the later rounds. But there's talks about our third string quarterback that they really love him, and that I think there's a chance that might be their backup. Logan Woodside, former AAF quarterback. Flatline says NFL also allowing free access to NFL Game Pass. That's pretty cool. Flatlines came in here with another deal, if I could find it. Appreciate y'all just loading up the chat, guys. That's a great problem to have when I can't keep up with everybody's chat. I'm going to try to do the best I can with y'all, but appreciate y'all. Flatline says former Steelers safety Sean Davis signing a one-year deal, $5 million with Washington. So Washington Redskins getting a little bit of help. Flatline says, I've seen some reports of Joe Flacco to the Titans. He's lying. You wish.
Flatlines, don't say that.
I hope Dalton becomes
I don't want to hate Mike Vrabel.
I hope Dalton becomes a starter in Chargers or New England. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be good for him.
Dalton would be a good stopgap guy for 1 or 2 years. He could do that. He could be a serviceable guy.
Absolutely. I mean, I 100% agree.
What if New England tanks this year and they get Trevor Lawrence?
Well, no, that's the thing. All the people who are sick and tired of New England winning all these games, the biggest nightmare for anyone who's sick and tired of New England is that the Patriots go 2-14 this year and they sign Trevor Lawrence in the draft next year. That's all it needs. And then Belichick's like, okay, Brady, hope you're enjoying your son. We're going to go chase 6 more rings. No, we really didn't talk too much, Derek Roberts. We'll talk about that now. So he's talking about Casey. Tennessee Titans fans out there woke up to some shocking news today of the Tennessee Titans releasing Jarrell Casey, a longtime veteran with the Titans, a stud D tackle.
I was gonna say he's the big nose tackle or
yeah, like a D tackle. He actually moves everywhere. He can play in, he can play nose. He's very versatile for a big guy.
Them's my people.
Drafted, I think, second round out of USC. But
hey, we could get a whole team going, Coach. The other Coach K could be the O-line coach. I'll take the D-line, and you be the head coach.
Oh yeah, let's go for it. Trevor can make us look good. That's for sure. But anyways, Casey's I think a 4 or 5 time Pro Bowler. I mean, he's been the stud for the Tennessee Titans for a long time, and there's some Tennessee Titans fans who's very frustrated and upset about this move. When I first saw it, I was shocked, and I was like, what are we doing? But it took me about 5 minutes to be like, I'm actually okay with this move. Jurrell Casey is 100% a great human being. He's a great person. He's a dude you want on your team. He's always a Walter Payton Man of the Year award finalist. But at the end of the day, he's 30 years old. His stats are declining. I think 2 years ago he had 7 sacks.
Wait, how old is he?
30.
Oh, so he's getting up there for a D lineman, yeah.
Yes, and he's got a big contract. 2 years ago, I think 7 sacks. Last year, 5 sacks. So they're starting to decline, and it's a move like Belichick would make. You rather get out on a player early rather than late. And also, like the other Coach K says in here, Casey is a stud, but Simmons Jr. is our future inside. We drafted Jeffrey Simmons. He had a great rookie year when he came halfway through. Daquan Jones is another very underrated defensive lineman for the Tennessee Titans. They're good. And 5 days from now, Jurrell Casey would have been due $13.5 million. And then next year, he's also due another $14 million. The Tennessee Titans saved a lot of money. While, yes, it hurts that they let go of a guy like that, I think the overall move long-term, probably I'm fine with it. I really am. Is it a move that they could make a pitch for another player in free agency? It could be. Or it also could be freeing up money to give Derrick Henry his long-term contract. So I think the first initial reaction shocks you, but I don't know how many amazing years Jurrell Casey's got left. I mean, he's just where he's at, So that's that. Flatline says he can play anywhere, played a wide 9 at some times this year. No, he absolutely is very versatile. He plays all over the D-line. He even plays standing up at times, guys. Like, it's insane. Taylor says, with Casey, do you think they'll make a pitch for Clowney? Do you think Simmons can be that Casey-type player? Maybe they make a pitch for Clowney if his market's coming down. I 100% think Jeffrey Simmons can be that player. He might be even better, maybe. Casey is a stud, Simmons Jr. And King says, but a 7th rounder. Yeah, 7th round sucks. The Titans got nothing for it, but this is the reason why they got a 7th round pick. They just dropped the money. A 13.9 million due in 5 days. The only way the Broncos would take that contract on a 30-year-old D tackle is to give them a 7th round pick. While the 7th rounder, Derek says the same. 7th rounder, though, you're not going to get a higher draft pick for a veteran that old at that much money. So while, yes, we essentially gave it away, that money could be used to maybe get another addition to your team. Or, everybody out there wants Derrick Henry locked up for multiple years. Everybody out there, fans-wise, wants to give Derrick Henry all this money. Well, you can't give him all the money if you don't have it. You have to have sacrifices. If you want to pay Derrick Henry all this money, you got to make sacrifices, and this could potentially be one of those sacrifices. You don't have all the money in the world, so this could be ultimately one of the reasons why we got rid of them.
So I want to ask you a question, Coach.
I agree, Flatlines.
What are the Titans' top 3 needs to get back to where you guys were in the AFC title game last year. What do you need to get over the hump?
So coming into this year, of course, or this offseason, it's been pass rusher, O-line, and secondary help, what I think this Titans team need. They address pass rusher with Vic Beasley. I don't think that will be it for the Titans. I think they could look for more addition there. They lose Conklin. They re-sign Dennis Kelly, who is our 6th lineman, who, when injuries happen, a lot of people don't know Dennis Kelly. If you don't watch the Tennessee Titans, you don't know Dennis Kelly. But Dennis Kelly, when he has been put into a lineup, has been a really good offensive lineman. If they choose to go with him at right tackle, he's going to be a much cheaper option than what Conklin would be. And I think his play will be good. It won't be Conklin good, but it will be good. But I still think they could also draft a tackle and have competition there. The they're going to have to shore up the secondary, losing Logan Ryan. But, I mean, they haven't officially lost him yet. Logan Ryan could sign back with the Tennessee Titans. So, what? Yeah, he's a free agent.
Lose because we ain't lost nobody yet. Don't say lose.
He's technically not a
Not a
Titan.
heart attack.
My wife does not want to lose Logan Ryan. She still has that memory of Logan Ryan picking off Tom Brady at the end of the game to win us that playoff game. So she loves her some Logan Ryan.
Keep your spidey senses up. That lamp might be heading your way, Coach.
What's that?
I said keep them spidey senses up.
Yeah.
Flying objects might be flying in your direction.
Absolutely. So, I mean, they've got the pieces there. I think they got a lot of weapons on offense. Maybe they add another weapon. I think they got to add a second running back potentially in the draft to, help lighten the load on Derrick Henry a little bit. But, I mean, the pieces are there. They just need to kind of continue to work around them. Flatline says, I think the Titans realistically take a step back this year. Lots of overturn in that locker room. I think Titans don't need that. I think the fans don't need that. But, I mean, realistically, this was a 2-4 football team that caught lightning in the bottle. Can they continue to grow, or are they going to be realistically another 7-9, 8-8 football team?
One of the biggest shockers coming out of Tennessee was I'm surprised you guys let Conklin walk.
Yeah, well, I don't think we let him walk. I think the Titans were trying to talk to him. But here's the thing. I think he's a real good football player. He's not worth $20 million a year. And the Browns, if they're going to offer –
yeah, that was an overpay.
Yeah, if they're going to offer $20 million and he's going to want the money, the Titans had no chance. So I think it was actually a very smart move for the Titans to not overpay for Conklin because they're actually, they've got a lot of pieces they've got to repay. While it's unfortunate they lost them, if someone's going to overpay like that, and the Browns always do it, you're going to lose guys. So it's just the nature of the business.
Well, you kind of lucked out, too, because there's a lot of good offensive linemen in this draft coming up.
Absolutely.
There's a lot, like if you, so you guys did kind of, you lucked out in that regard where, there's a lot of good guards and tackles in this draft that you could easily pick up.
So yeah, like say if a lineman works his way down to pick 30 for the Titans, a nice tackle, that could be really good for them. Justin says, what do you think about the Marcus Mariota deal? I hope and wish him success in the Las Vegas Raiders. I think he would have been even smarter if he would have went to New England if there was some interest there. But he's a really good human being. I wish him the best. I hope it works out for him. But I also don't think Derek Carr is that bad of a quarterback, so he might not get much playing time. What's up, JD Rants in the house? He says, hey.
JD in the house, what's up?
He says Bears got Nick Foles, and they restructured the contract, so it's a little bit better for the Bears now that they get that contract.
More team-friendly.
Yep, absolutely. O-lineman, maybe a guard or a tackle, pass rusher, corner. Yeah, maybe the guard, but I also think our rookie didn't play too bad going later in the year. Flatlines made a comment. Boy, appreciate y'all very much. This is going on. Flatlines says Logan Ryan is way gone. I don't think so. I thought he was going to Miami, but when Miami signed the big time corner Byron Jones, his market's kind of open. Can he leave? 100%. But I still think there's interest by Ryan and the Titans to bring him back, and the Titans have freed up some money now. So.
I think to be honest, I think Ryan should stay with the Titans. You guys you're still a good team, man. I mean, and you can if you draft a couple of old, if you draft an old lineman to replace a lot of you guys' core talent is there still.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. They still got the talent to continue to move and be that AFC playoff team. Derek says, do we trade Butler? I don't know what the cap hit would be on that if you traded them. Well, I mean, if you trade them, someone could take their contract. It is 3:00 right now, so officially the NFL new league year has started. So
it's open, yep.
It is
It's
100%
officially open for business.
open. But Derek, to get back to that, I actually thought right before he started the year rough, but I actually thought right before his injury, Butler was actually playing very good football right before he got injured. So I still think there's a chance for him to be very productive for the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up countries in the house. Appreciate you very much, my man. He says, if you think about it, 3 or 4 million more, you can get Clowney now, and I'll take a younger guy with more upside potential for 3 or 4 million more if that's the move. I tend to agree with you. Like say, some people don't like Clowney. Some people do. I think it's a high risk, high reward signing. If you sign him,
Tighten up country in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you sign him, you hope it works out. But like say, he could be that added piece to the Titans that could push him forward if he comes in and plays really well. Good news though, Titans don't have to do Dion Lewis taking Derrick Henry off the field for third down. Well, if Derrick Henry doesn't get better at pass pro, another back will come in and we'll take him off the field.
I think you guys are gonna let Dion go. I think you can use another. I think you'll let Lewis go.
Maybe.
So this was interesting, Coach, for me and Rappaport. It says the
Hey,
2020 year league has begun. Some trades and signings will become official, but many others won't because of issues related to the coronavirus and difficulty getting physicals. So we may not see as much action as we're used to seeing, on the opening night.
That absolutely could happen. Bobby, I will be right back. I'm going to put the main screen on you, and I'm going to mute myself. I will be right back.
What's up, though, guys? MG in the house. What's up, man? What's up, Elias? Rocky in the house. Brayton, what's up, guys? So the 2020 league year has begun. Me and the coach are just sitting here waiting for any news to drop. And we will relay that to you guys as soon as we get it. But welcome to free agency. Welcome to the official start of the year. What's up, guys? What is going on? Yeah, Lewis, Dion Lewis I don't think he really worked out for you guys. I think the injuries may have finally caught up with him. I'm good, MG. I'm good, man. I am good. That's true, Coach K. That is very true. I think you guys can find another scat back, though. I think you guys can. I think the Titans will be able to find another scat back. Now, whether they draft one or sign one in free agency is yet to be seen. But I do think you can find them.
All right, Butcher, I am back. Appreciate you.
Coach on that husband life.
Yeah, absolutely. Coronavirus, man. It's everything.
I knew that. I figured it would be an issue for like these cross country deal, east coast to west coast deals, where flying across the country is obviously going to be an issue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. My wife just got some news update about her work. Going to have to miss a couple days, so we was just having to talk about that. The coronavirus, man, it has really kind of flipped this world upside down for a little bit, and it's affecting NFL. It's affecting sports everywhere, so it's crazy. But yeah, guys, like say, all right, so let's go ahead and get into this topic. Let me put something real quick. I'm going to make this banner, and we're going to talk about this because I think it's the dumbest trade in NFL history. DeAndre Hopkins traded to the Arizona Cardinals.
For for David Johnson and a bag of chips, basically.
Basically, a washed-up David Johnson. I don't want to be too mean, but guys, this ain't the David Johnson that we all loved on fantasy football a couple years ago. This is the David Johnson following 2 injuries that has really, he's a backup running back for the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but to Kenyon Drake. I mean, you call it what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what Bill O'Brien is doing over there. There was rumors about him getting fired, and then all of a sudden he gets a promotion and he's the GM. This ain't Bill Belichick. Like, it's Bill O'Brien. He has a different last name. I, for some reason, think people over in Houston think Bill O'Brien's last name is actually Bill O'Brien Belichick. He's not. And I don't know what he's doing, but if I was a Houston Texans fan right now, I would be officially burning all my gear and being done with that franchise if that's who they want to have run that organization. In 1 year, they have traded Jadeveon Clowney and they have traded DeAndre Hopkins. Those are 2 studs at their positions, especially DeAndre Hopkins, who I think is the best receiver in all of sports.
Yeah.
I don't know why they made this move.
Maybe they knew they were going to lose him anyways. You know what I mean? Maybe they knew they were going to lose him anyways.
But here's the thing.
They were just stupid. They were just stupid in the trade. You know what I mean? And here's, you know what it is too? Houston has been so desperate ever since Arian Foster left to find a serviceable running back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've searched ever since he left. They haven't found a serviceable running back. So, I mean, it's almost like they were in desperation mode, you know?
It sure did seem like, I mean, you look at the Stephon Diggs trade, man, they at least got multiple picks. Like the Vikings, like, I don't think they wanted to get rid of Stephon Diggs, but man, when they did, they got a lot for him. Like,
yeah. Yep.
The Vikings can turn those picks in. There's actually a lot of good receivers coming in the draft this year. The Vikings can use one of those picks, get a receiver, and then use the rest of the picks to build around that franchise.
Oh, we got breaking news via Ian Rappaport from a retweet from Mike Garofalo. Chargers have agreed to terms with former Vikings defensive tackle Linval Joseph. So Linval Joseph going from the Vikings to the Chargers, 2-year deal, $17 million with $2 million in incentives.
Okay. So who's Linval Joseph going to now? Vikings?
From the Vikings to the Chargers.
Yeah. That's a good signing. That's good for. Hey, what about this though? The Chargers basically coming out and say they're not going to sign a veteran quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is their starter.
But see, people make fun of like this is why the Patriots win all the time. Because the league is stupid. STOOPID, stupid. Because Bill O'Brien makes moves like trading DeAndre Hopkins. Because the Chargers say that their starter is going to be Tyrod Taylor. Like, the rest of the league is just stupid.
Sure does seem like it. We got some more breaking news. I've got to see it, confirmed. I haven't seen nothing yet, but your boy Roach is coming in saying Chris Harris to the Chargers. That would be another really good signing.
Yep. Oh, yep. Per Ian Rappaport, just came through. You want the details?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Apparently, I need to follow Ian Rappaport on my computer rather than Adam Stephan.
So, Broncos free agent Chris Harris, one of the top players still available, is headed to the Chargers.
That's big.
So, Chris Harris on the move. No details on the numbers yet, but Chris Harris headed from Denver to L.A. So, L.A. making some defensive moves.
No, I'm a big Chris Harris fan. I think that's a good one. Flatline says, "Yep, that just broke. Best DB on the board is officially gone. And headed
Yep.
to Los Angeles."
Well, I'm curious too because that's two defensive moves back to back from LA. So,
Well, they say we missed out on the Brady. We're gonna suck at quarterback. Let's play some defense and run the football. That might be what that is. Elias says there's a lot of trades going on. Absolutely, this has been a crazy year. King Isaac's in the house says Chargers found the plugs.
well, now since they've picked two defensive people, does that maybe put Ingram on the chopping block for defense for the Chargers? Maybe they're trying to move him since they've picked up two defensive pieces to maybe make up for that.
I mean, if I was them, I wouldn't. I mean, just continue to add. Ingram's a really good piece, but
Just out of curiosity.
Elias says Gronkowski is in the WWE now. He will be on SmackDown Friday night, so that should be some fun to watch. I did see that broke last week that he'll be at SmackDown this Friday.
Have you seen pictures of Gronkowski lately? Like stuff within the last month? Coach, I'm not even kidding you. He's down like 35 pounds. He looks like a normal dude.
Really?
He's down like I'm not like it's got to be 35 pounds. It has to be.
Wow.
He's like skinny.
Wow.
But he's got to feel better, with all that extra weight and all, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, Ian Rappaport's on it right now.
Rap sheet.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to follow Rap Sheet.
I feel like Adam Scheffner's became too big. So, yeah, no, a lot of breaking news going on. This has been a very good NFL free agency so far. I mean, and here's the thing. With all the sports apocalypse that has happened with this stupid coronavirus, this has been a very good escape for all sports fans. There was that pushback on the NFL that they said that people were saying that they're making the wrong decision to continue NFL free agency. No, they're not. This is the only way sports fans can keep their sanity is to have NFL free agency.
So there's a buddy of mine just sent me a tweet sent me like a picture from down south, down in Florida. They're putting up billboards welcoming Tom Brady to the Bucs outside of Raymond James.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's happening.
That's awesome. It's insane. What is up, Hot Take Hockey? He has just joined the stream. What is up, Hot Take Hockey? Hope you're having a really good day so far. JD Rant says Chris Harris is an underrated piece. No, absolutely. I think he's good. Flatline says not just SmackDown. Gronkowski has signed a multi-year deal with the WWE.
What's up, Hot Take Hockey? HTH in the house.
That just fits Gronkowski. He looks like a wrestler. So Sebastian's coming in here with some stuff, a bizarre trade scenario. Dak Prescott, franchise tag by the Cowboys. Amari gets the $100 million instead, so the Cowboys trade Dak to Houston for Deshaun with O'Brien. Anything is possible.
So get this, Coach, right? This tweet was just sent out from, or this is a quote from Mike Lombardi from the NFL, right? On it's called the GM Shuffle podcast, and Lombardi says, and I quote, "I think we're definitely going to see Antonio Brown in a Bucs uniform." End quote.
I know there was a lot of reports out there talking about wherever Brady goes, he wanted Antonio Brown to come with him.
Yep.
And if Antonio Brown gets back in this league, it is 100% only because of Tom Brady.
Yep. Fact.
Flatlines, I love this comment. With that trade scenario Sebastian had, Flatline says, turn off Madden, Sebastian. That's a good one. That's
But
great.
but honestly, coach, like think about that though, right? So imagine Mike Evans on one side, out wide, Antonio Brown on the other side, Godwin in the slot, and
OJ
OJ Howard
Howard
and
at tight end.
OJ Howard and Cameron Brate at tight end, and then Ronald Jones at running back. Like
They need to improve that O line though.
yes, that is. But see that's I guarantee Brady's going to say, "Get me a damn tackle." You know, get me an offensive
Yeah.
tackle and some guards that can block for me.
For all the people out there who think Tom Brady can't win another Super Bowl,
He
I'm telling you
absolutely
right
can.
now, he can.
He absolutely can.
Oh yeah, this is great. Very interesting. This might be the most intriguing news of all day. How much money does Brady pay Godwin for number 12?
None, because they're going to be like, listen, bro, you're going to switch your number. You don't have a say.
I wonder, I don't know. I wonder if Godwin might be like, hey, Brady, if you come to Tampa Bay, I'll give you your number. He might have already told him it's yours. You never know. If I was Godwin, I'd be like, hey, I know your pockets aren't empty. Give me some compensation for that number 12 and it's yours. Appreciate you, the other Coach K says greatest show on turf 2.0. Just kind of checking some reports here. Let's go. Invite.
So y'all want to see a weird picture? So this was done from this is a Photoshop of what Tom Brady's going to look like in a Bucs uniform.
Oh yeah, I know. I've saw it, man. It's
Super weird, right?
crazy.
Super
They
weird.
will have new uniforms this year, by the way. They came out and said that they're going to
can't-
reveal some new uniforms.
Like when I see Brady and somebody else's like 12, you know, with that number 12 on something else, like I might pull like a Dave Chappelle and just be the head might explode.
Yeah. Cardinals from 5-11 to 11-5 fire. Yeah, I mean, they've got some more weapons. I definitely think they got to continue to build because I don't know how. I'm not going to say that I watch Cardinals football. I don't. But I just don't know how well-rounded that team is. I know they got great pieces. I mean, they've got tons of players, and then you add a DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, Kyler Murray's going to have some weapons. It's just, can they continue to find more pieces to really make them take off?
So I follow some of the Texans beat writers, right? And this is a tweet from one of the beat writers down in Texas, and it says Texans miss out on free agent Chris Harris. Organization not happy.
Say that again.
It says the Texans miss out on free agent Chris Harris.
So that's
Organization not happy.
it has not been a good few days for. I mean, here's the thing. Honestly, it's not just about release or trading away the best receiver in the NFL. You trade away the best receiver in the NFL, does that kind of scream, hey, we want to win here? We want to win. Well, guess what? Chris Harris, maybe a day ago, would have went to the Texans. But when you trade the best receiver in the NFL, that's going to give players pause and say, I don't even know if they want to win. Why should I go there?
Mm-hmm. That's like with Brady gone, coach. Do you really think free agents are going to look at the Patriots the same way?
They 100% don't. And now they don't look at the Buccaneers the same way they did 4 days ago. They look at them totally different now.
Oh yeah, oh wait, Brady's got all these weapons down there and they got a good D. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there.
The other Coach K says Kingsbury is going to have Arizona looking like a college offense.
It's going to be like OU. It'll be like OU all over again.
I feel like Butcher is like someone from Cleveland when LeBron James left, just heartbroken.
I would tell you what I think of the Cavaliers, but this is a PG channel. Flatlines, get at me on Twitter, and I'll tell you exactly how I feel about the Cavaliers. And LeBron James on top of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, JD. Free agency is really crazy. We had someone else come in here. NGB Talk is another Tennessee Titan YouTuber. He's awesome.
NGB in the house.
He said free agency is crazy. Free agency has been a little frenzy this year. It's been great. Flatline's coming in saying 3 years, $10 million deal for Xavier Safulo. Can't even ever say his name, with the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's a good deal for the Bengals there as they add another piece.
So I have some news outside of football, but it is kind of breaking news. It's sports news. It's just not football news.
Yeah, no, give it to us.
So this Boston beat a couple of the Boston beat writers. We're hearing NBA regular season is in jeopardy.
Say that again.
We are hearing NBA regular season is in jeopardy.
Oh, get out of here with that mess. I don't want that one. I don't want that to happen. Definitely don't want that to happen. All right, so we're going to add another special guest in the house here. We've got the other Coach K.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Here to give us another
Hell
addition.
yeah.
What is up, the other Coach K?
What's going on, guys? How are y'all?
What's up, man? So this is from Pro Football Talk. That's the Cowboys have released someone, if you want to get at that.
Yep.
So per Pro Football Talk, Cowboys cut Donovan Olumba and Daniel Weiss. So they have cut ties with Olumba and Weiss.
Could that be trying to free up some money to finally pay Dak?
Probably.
Didn't he turn down a big contract a couple days or a couple weeks ago?
Oh, yeah, he turned down $33 million. I don't know what he's doing. Brayton McQuarrie's in the house. Brayton, I appreciate you being here, big guy. Brayton also says 2020, the end of sports.
No, you know what we need? You know, like one of those reset buttons where 2020 needs a
trash.
2020 needs a reset button.
And now for New England fans, it got even more trash. 2020 sucks, my man. Like, no joke.
It does, man. Talk about it's almost like a 4-year-old wrote the start of the 2020 year.
Maybe a 2-year-old. Yeah, no, Brayden, I remember seeing you in the comments, but I've yet to give you that big shout out. So I'm giving you that big shout out now, Brayden. I appreciate you being here. Brayden's always one of the Coach Play's biggest supporter, is always in the chat. So big shout out to Brayden McQuarrie. So
Brayton overnight bot.
Brayton would be the gold standard. They need to bring some gold wrenches. I'll tell you right now, Mixer does comments way better than YouTube. Like they've got it to where if you're constantly watching, you get ranked up more higher. They've got levels of people. I wish they did that on YouTube. That'd be awesome.
So preview, now that we're talking about golden wrenches and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be the next stream we do on my the next thing we do, the next live we do on mine. I'm gonna be debuting the golden shovel, so that's gonna be for the person who buries the most trolls. So I have a little plaque on a golden shovel, and we're gonna put the moderator's name inside the shovel, and it'll be put on the side of it'll be put in the corner of all my streams. So the golden shovel making its debut on my channel the next time we go live.
And I do want to make this announcement because I want to bring it to the Coach Plays, and there's going to be I want to have multiple days of this. It might start this Friday. It might start this Sunday. I'll get with you on the community chat. But with us not having sports, I want to continue to do these sports chats. I want to continue to bring that content through the coach plays. And I want to have some fun with it. And I also want to bring competition to you, the audience, and everybody out there. So what we're going to start doing, and I'll just be the host of the show, but we're going to start having some sports trivia nights. And I want people to get into the chats. It will go for like an hour at a time. So let's just say if it does start this Sunday, it would be like Sunday at 7 o'clock. We're going to have NFL sports trivia. And I'll have so many questions lined up. And then what I'll do, I'll ask that question, and the first person to comment the right answer will get a point. And then after an hour, we'll rank and we'll see who wins that night of sports trivia. So I think I'm excited for that. I think that's a great way to bring some competition, have some fun, continue to talk about sports. So be on the lookout for that, guys. I hope that is something that would interest y'all. I think it could be a really fun time. So I want to go ahead and just put that out there. 34 comes in, says Chris Harris to the Chargers.
I don't mean to interrupt, Coach, but we do have breaking news from the New York Jets.
All right, let's hear it. Breaking news, NFL free agency.
The New York Jets, per Connor Hughes, have released cornerback Tremaine Johnson.
Has to be another move to free up some money.
So once again, the New York Jets have released cornerback Tremaine Johnson. He gone.
So the other Coach K, we haven't really been able to get in here and ask you your thoughts. What's your overall thoughts so far? You can take this anywhere, but what's your overall thoughts so far on this year's NFL free agency as a whole?
It's entertaining. It's since we don't have sports, at least you can fantasize about what these teams will look like. We're like y'all were talking about with Brady and that offense. I cannot imagine Goodwin, Evans, Antonio Brown with OJ Howard and Brate. I mean, that offense is going to be electric. And just seeing these guys, a lot of them, have played into contracts and deserve the money. And there's a lot of them that, have not played up to their standard, and we're seeing it too. So I've been enjoying it just because, again, just gives us a chance to talk about sports and get our minds off this crap that's going on in our country and around the world right now.
Yep. No, I 100% agree. Like say if they pushed back sports, or if they pushed back NFL free agency, it would have been a loss to a lot of sports fans because we ain't got much. I know this news broke earlier, but I don't think we talked about it on here. Panthers releasing safety Eric Reed. So they have released, that's another big safety on the market now. Comic God came in here and says Tannehill will have a better season in Tennessee than Brady will have in Tampa Bay. So that's we'll see. That I mean, it could be. I mean,
I hate to say it, but you're wrong.
I don't know.
I'm a tight fan, Coach, but
I mean, we'll see. I think Brady could have a really good year, but if Tannehill can just continue to grow and do the things he did last year, he had like the second best stats in that 11-game stretch in all of the NFL. He's got to back it up. He's got to back it up. Mm-hmm. But if he can continue to do those things, he can. But also, I think Brady's going to have a lot of weapons that I think could recharge his career for 1 or 2 years. And here's the thing. You don't even have to be that accurate to throw Mike Evans the football.
I know.
First pick in my fantasy draft is going to be Mike Evans.
Yeah. I think he's going to go up.
Let's just
you
put this
watch.
perspective.
Godwin and Mike Evans are going to have career years this year.
Mm-hmm. Evans made Manziel look accurate at A&M.
Flatlines, I'll get into this one other minute, but Flatlines comes in here and says, fun stat, Brady had the same QBR last year as former Tampa Bay quarterback Jameis Winston did last year.
Is Flatlines trying to tick me off, or is it just a side effect?
What?
Yes, is the answer to that question.
What did
Bobby.
he
I
say?
said, is Flatlines trying to aggravate me, or is it just a side effect?
Oh, he's right now the Boston
pokes the
sports
bear.
fans out there are on they're on slippery slopes right now. So I think he's definitely poking at the bear.
He's poking the bear.
I'll get you later, Flatlines. Just you wait.
Hey,
Here's my thing.
Elias did come in. We haven't really talked about this during the stream. Rivers going to the Colts. Philip Rivers signed with the Indianapolis Colts. Do we think this will make the Colts a
Oh, wait, we got breaking news 2 minutes ago. You there, Coach? Or did he freeze up?
I think he froze up. I can hear you, Bobby. But the host is frozen. We're going to have to restart the stream. I bet
Roach goes, uh-oh, Coach froze.
If I was a betting man, and I'm not, but I bet we would.
There he is.
Oh, there you go.
Coach, we got breaking news.
All right, breaking news.
And this has to do with my team.
Let us hear it.
So, the Patriots have apparently lost their third linebacker so far. Elandon Roberts going from the Patriots to the Miami Dolphins, per source.
Going to the Dolphins, going to a former, once again, a former New England coach.
So, that is the third linebacker that the Patriots, the third starting line, or I should say, he's a linebacker in nickel coverages. That is gone. So gone. Bye.
Ooh.
New England loses another defensive player.
Wow. Definitely
No info on the money yet, but he's gone. He is going from New England to Miami.
Could be right. He goes # Trevor Lawrence.
Yep. Tank for Trevor.
Here's the thing: if they
how mad would if Bill Belichick would literally be Darth Vader at that point?
Like say if they trot out there Jared Stidham as the starting quarterback for the Patriots, it's 100% to get Trevor Lawrence. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Bill should take him a year off. Say, hey, I'm going to catch some sun for a year. I'll be back as the head coach a year later.
Golly.
Come at me when we win 4 games and we get Trevor.
Well, think about this one too. This is what this reminds me of. The Colts lose Manning. The next year they get Andrew Luck. You know,
yeah.
I mean, kind of that same situation.
So trending in New England, tank for Trevor.
Oh, 100%.
He is a dude. I mean, he's fun to watch throw the football.
Notable available free agents, like say Chris Harris is gone, Dante Fowler's gone, Jameis Winston's still out there, Rashad Perriman's still out there, Robbie Anderson's still out there, and here's another one: Melvin Gordon is still out there.
So this is very interesting, right? Get this: Miami and Detroit have taken all of the Patriots free agents. So this tweet says Miami and Detroit have taken all the Patriots free agents. The disciples going after the master? ?
Oh yeah. Matt Patricia wants him some of Bill. But
all right, so we didn't really get to hit on it. Philip Rivers to the Colts. Does that make them better, neutral, or worse? Does Philip Rivers have anything left?
No.
I think he can play.
Last year. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
No, I think he can play a little bit still. You know, is he better than Jacoby Brissett? Maybe a little bit. He's more proven, that's for sure. And experience in the NFL, that's valuable.
That's very true. I mean, the experience helps. Jacoby Brissett didn't do a bad job, but I mean, he is what he is. He's a backup quarterback. I don't know if it makes him any better. I don't know. When I watch Phillip Rivers play, it just looks like he has to push the ball anymore. Looks like he's 100% lost his throwing motion,
That zip he always
his
had.
throwing power. Yeah,
Hmm. He always had a really quick release and the ball just got on his receivers. Now.
yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm with-
absolutely. So Butcher,
Mhm.
you don't think Phillip Rivers really has anything left?
Maybe a year if he can rebound. I don't know. He a lot of those games last year, Rivers showed me that just some of the poor decision making was like the
Mhm.
final 6 or 8 minutes of a game. I mean, how many times did you just see him either throw it into triple coverage or just the bad, like he was just making bad decisions. I don't know if that was him or if it was, just a lack of, I don't think it was a lack of coaching because he's been in the league for so long that he should know better. So I
Mhm.
think it was just him trying to do or thinking he could do too much. And
I agree. I will say, I think the contract he signs with the Colts kind of tells you that much. They just gave him a 1-year deal worth like, I think $20 million or something like that. So they don't even have too much faith. I just got a text from Flatlines, and it was this.
Oh, good stat of the day. Flatlines.
Flatlines,
Stat of the day.
wait till I see you later. I'll take care of you
Stat
later.
of the day.
I think Butcher is going to say that the stats might be a little bit of a fabrication, or the stats are telling different numbers.
Wait till I get to Tennessee one of these days. Flatlines, me and you are gonna have a conversation about that.
We'll have a conversation on Broadway. Yeah,
Ooh.
it ain't open right now, but hopefully one day it'll open soon.
No doubt.
Flatline says Boston Bobby.
Oh, I like that.
That ain't a bad name, actually. Boston
Mm-mm.
Bobby.
I think he was thinking on that a little bit.
Yep. All right, kind of going through some Ian Rappaport.
Let me ask you this, Coach.
What's
Do
up?
you think Melvin Gordon, whatever he gets paid, will dictate Henry's value?
No chance. I think his injuries has hurt him in his money career, at least.
Right.
One of the best attributes that Henry has is that he's a freaking Iron Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Henry is the Terminator. The dude the guy takes an absolute beating and just asks for more. He never.
Mm-hmm.
He's just he's just a Clydesdale, just built to just work.
Just go. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say this last night on your stream. Henry fits the Titans culture of what Vrabel wants of being a tough, physical football team. He fits the culture a lot better than.
If you ask me, I think Henry would take a pay cut to keep the team in because I think he wants a ring more than any. I think Henry wants a ring more than anything.
I'll say this: ever since he has signed with the Titans as a rookie, he's always been team first. He really has.
Is he on the second contract?
No, he's on his
number
first.
two?
He's seeking a second contract.
Okay, so he just got done with his rookie deal. Is that right?
Say that again.
He just got off his rookie deal.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so we had him cheap. But crap, we dropped him the first round? Is that right? No, second round.
We got
That
him in
year.
the second round. If he was a first round, he would have had a 5th-year option that the Titans could have exercised. But because he's a second round, he did not have that option.
Okay. So I couldn't remember that draft.
Yeah. Trying to
when
remember who
when
we
selected
took.
him.
Trying to
Was that
remember
Corey
who-
Davis? No, he was in the
No.
league before Corey Davis, wasn't he?
Yeah. I can't for the life of me think
All right,
of who.
hold up. I'm Googling it.
Flatline says Henry is great. His 204 yards from scrimmage were massive in that wild card win this year.
I've never seen a dude run like that.
No, absolutely.
A guy that big shouldn't move that fast.
Yeah. 34 says, "Are you surprised Logan Ryan hasn't gotten an offer?" I meant, yeah. I mean, we don't know if he hasn't got an offer yet. He just might have an offer that he 100%, hasn't bought into just yet. So that's still to be determined. So we're gonna try this again real quick. We're gonna try to do a screen share. We're gonna go to Ian Rappaport for a moment. Just kind of go look through this list on what he's already hit on. Like say Chris Harris to the Chargers.
Coach.
Yeah.
Jack Conklin was our first round pick that year.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
At number 8.
Yep. That makes sense.
I mean, like the Patriots, I'm telling you, Bill has some kind of a plan. Like, what if we really do get Trevor? Like, what if we really do get Lawrence? That would be, like, you want to talk about the league hating? You want to talk about the league hating on the Patriots now?
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Oh, it would. They might not miss a beat.
Yeah, because I think Trevor Lawrence can go day one and say, "Let's go."
In a small deal, Jets are re-signing cornerback Brian Poole to a 1-year deal worth $5 million guaranteed. We still haven't heard the compensation that Brady's going to get yet, have we?
No.
Nuh-uh. ESPN says Brady expects to sign with Bucks. That's about all we got on that one.
I know 4 hours ago it says Saints are close to a deal with safety Malcolm Jenkins. Likely bringing one of their own.
Smart move for New Orleans. Smart. Yeah. I like that move.
Yeah, they'd be bringing back one of their former first-round draft choices and securing the back end. The Eagles recently parted ways with Jenkins.
Smart move. That is a good move from the Saints because they need DB help bad.
What's up, Amario? Appreciate you being in here. Flatline says we haven't heard numbers for Brady or Mariota yet. Yeah, we haven't heard Mariota's numbers neither.
Oh yeah, he's going to. I forgot he's going to the Raiders.
It's funny. It's kind of gone quiet.
It has. It's been very quiet as of late. So really, not much. Going on as of right now.
Wilson County has the first coronavirus person.
Great.
Yeah.
So where I live, Wilson County has just got their first case of coronavirus. Yay.
Awesome. Wash your hands.
Welcome to the club, Coach.
What?
Wash your hands.
I'm feeling a little hot, guys.
If it's any consolation, Lubbock got 2 cases yesterday. And that's about 2.5 hours north of us.
Really? So, Bobby, I just said, I'm feeling a little hot, guys. Guess what my wife just told me? She goes, "Hey, that's what Rudy Gobert said, and now look at him." She hates Rudy Gobert, by the way.
You could do COVID-19 vlogs.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Day 1. Day 2.
Self-isolation.
Oh, Field Yates, we got some breaking news. Per Field Yates, the Los Angeles Rams have re-signed offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth.
They needed that because last year they lost their guard to the Tennessee Titans. So they definitely didn't need to lose 2 offensive linemen back-to-back years. So
and Ian Rappaport just came up. It is a 3-year agreement with no numbers as of yet. But so once again, guys, the Rams re-signed Andrew Whitworth on a 3-year deal. No money numbers have come out yet, though.
All right. Well, hey, Flatlines, man, I'm praying for her. Let's hope.
What's Flatlines looking forward to?
His wife is going to get tested. Doctor recommend that she gets tested based off her symptoms. She's had a nasty cough for the past couple days.
Ooh.
So here's hoping that that's not the case.
I got some moonshine I can send him. That might help.
That might feel pretty good going down the throat.
That'll kill off that virus quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Cameron says, finally, Rams. Bruh, 10 million, I hope. Appreciate you being in here, Cameron.
So,
Has there been-
Cameron Lewis, you guys re-signed that tackle, 3-year deal. So once again, some O-line in front of Jared Goff.
So has there really been anything that we haven't touched on yet in the past couple of days? Any big moves that anybody's wanting to talk about that we might not have had to touch on yet? Amario does says Giants need a guard. They need to boost that O-line. 34 says, will the Seahawks do anything? Find out next time on NFL Ball.
All right, so here's another one from Rap Sheet, Ian Rappaport. Breaking news for the Dallas Cowboys.
Breaking news for Dallas Cowboys. We do have breaking news from Flatlines. He says, hey, Butcher, is that moonshine left over from the wild card weekend?
No, it was
He goes, no, that one's all gone.
yeah, that one's all gone. I drank that one. I finished that one off when I knew we lost Brady. Admitting a little bit there.
All right, so you got some breaking news for us?
Yes, breaking news for the Dallas Cowboys. So for all the Cowboy fans in the chat, the Cowboys have re-signed, or they plan to re-sign Kai Forbath, the kicker for the Cowboys. So Cowboys will re-sign.
Are you kidding me? We re-signed the kicker, and we still don't have our quarterback under a contract.
So the Cowboys have re-signed Kai Forbath.
But I'll say this, and them having such trouble trying to get Dak sewed up, may tell you don't need to overpay for a running back.
No, you don't. Nope.
Get those big five up front. Get those guys paid. Get your quarterback paid and get some weapons so you can throw to.
Two words. DeMarco Murray.
No doubt.
Now,
The Dallas offensive line made DeMarco Murray look like Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, 100%. Then when he went to the Eagles, it didn't fit his system. He was terrible. Then when the Titans got him, he went back to the system like the Cowboys, and he looked really good again. Now, I will say this. I think that I will say this. I don't think the Cowboys overpaid for Ezekiel Elliott. I think he is exactly where he needs to be. Ezekiel Elliott deserves to be the highest paid running back in the league based off how many snaps he plays, which is why I tell multiple people, do not pay Derrick Henry the most money, the most running back money in the league, because Derrick Henry this year played the most snaps he's played all of his career, which was up to 62% of the snaps the Titans offense had. Ezekiel Elliott averages 93 snaps played per year. That guy doesn't come off the field. So if there's anybody you're going to pay big money, it's Ezekiel Elliott, because without Zeke, that offense really don't go, because when he was hurt, Dak Prescott didn't look like the Dak Prescott we see when Ezekiel Elliott's in there.
Oh, no doubt. And
so if there's anybody to pay, I think it's Zeke. But other than that, you don't pay running backs big money. You just can't.
Not anymore. That era has gone in football. I think if Henry wants validation on that money, his butt needs to be on. And we've talked about it, Coach. Be on third down, pass pro better.
Yeah.
Be able to pick up a blitz, be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. That's more valuable.
Even if he could, never mind catch the ball out of the backfield, even if he could pass block better, just leave him in on third downs to protect Tannehill's backside, just leave. But he just, for some reason,
it blows my mind.
I've seen him whiff on some blocks where it's like the guy, like I don't know if he's just a bad, like if he's bad at reading it, or if he's, I refuse to believe the guy can't block. He's 250 pounds. I just think he's bad
6'3".
at reading where he needs to be.
And I'm trying to think, Coach Bobby, did he come off the field when he was at Alabama, or was he a 3-down back at Alabama?
He
don't
didn't
know
really
if they-
come off the field. He was their bell cow.
He
They
was
had
their
other
dude,
running
right?
backs that could run, but he hardly came off the field, really.
Was that he was in between Ingram and TJ Yeldon, right?
Yeah,
He was the guy in between those two.
I believe so. I think Yeldon actually played with him.
Mm-hmm. And he played with Ingram
And
for
Flatlines
no, he
actually
didn't.
makes a really good point. Alabama didn't get to third down when they had Derrick Henry.
True, because
This
they
is
were
very
running
true.
over people.
That's so facts right there by Flatlines.
Flatlines dropping that fire.
Well, he gets to watch Alabama once a year. But I saw something on Twitter yesterday that made me laugh. Some player from the Steelers tweeted at JJ Watt, said we have number 99 available.
I'm still constantly surfing the Twitter to see, ever since the actual new league year, it almost died down a little bit, a little eerie. We still haven't heard anything on Jadeveon Clowney. That's probably the next biggest free agent to drop by far is Jadeveon Clowney.
So here's a question: where would he fit best? Should he stay where he's at, or should he try and score big money?
I think he's going to try to score as much as he can. I don't know. I haven't followed it closely, but I think he's on the way out of Seahawks.
Oh, that's why they did that. Crap. I didn't realize that. Derek Watt, the fullback from the Chargers, signed with the Steelers.
Okay, so
yeah.
the Watt brothers are together now.
So
Mm-hmm.
Mario makes a good point. The Giants have a lot of space. They could chase after Clowney too.
Honestly, I think the Giants are the leading candidate for Jadeveon Clowney right now. When I've looked into it, I feel like I always see the Giants next to Clowney's name in a lot of articles I'm reading. I think they're the front runners. King Isaac says the Tennessee Titans. I mean, there might be some interest there from the Titans and Clowney. I think Clowney. Here's the thing: there is a chance there because Clowney and Mike Vrabel have a really good relationship because they used to work together in Houston.
Quote, right? This is coming off of a Patriots beat writer. Patriots team seems to be losing important pieces by the hour. Pats fans may need to accept the embracement, or they may need to accept that they are going to embrace the youth movement. Hashtag tank for Lawrence.
It's
Thank you,
real.
Trevor.
It could be real.
Oh my gosh, that would.
Appreciate you,
Oh,
country
that's
man, for joining the
awesome.
stream.
That is awesome.
Foreign
How much
Savage
Kaepernick
says, it was not just that game, Elias. He has been upset with Kirk's inaccuracy at times and being only the second highest paid wide receiver on his team. His team also prioritized the run this year. Appreciate you, Foreign Savage, for being here. He goes, Patriots getting Cam. Wait forever for Trevor.
Could you see Belichick and Cam working together, Bobby? Working well together?
I don't think Belichick. I think he can see the writing on the wall with Newton. I don't think he's going to make a major push for him. I don't. I personally think he would go after Dalton before Cam.
If he doesn't go to New England, where does Cam Newton go?
Out of the league where he should have been 3 years ago.
Oh, he doesn't deserve to be out of the league. That is a hot take. Out of
He's
the
still
league?
versatile.
He's the starting quarterback in the league at least. He's in the top 32 quarterbacks in the league.
Oh, we got breaking news out of the Vikings camp, if you want it.
Yep, we definitely want it.
Minnesota Vikings cut ties with guard Josh Klein. Goodbye.
That one didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Countryman
Vikings cutting ties with guard Josh Klein once again.
So did not work. Countryman says, who else y'all think the Titans going to pick up this free agency? I don't know. Like free agents, I don't know if they make another big splash. They cut some money with
corner in the draft.
Yeah.
Corner in the draft.
Yeah. They made some money moves with Jarrell Casey being traded, but maybe that's for Derrick Henry. Maybe it is for another big move. Maybe they get into the Jadeveon Clowney sweepstakes. I don't know. But I will say this, like free agency is always in waves. You have the first wave, which is all your big names. Then it will die for just a day or two. And then you'll see your second free agent waves. Like the Titans have their fourth receiver, Tajay Sharp, that, you're going to have a lot of good quality pieces that are role players for your NFL teams that teams will now start to go and try to lock them up. So, that's going to be where free agency starts to go to now after a couple days. So maybe some of their freed up money will go in those avenues, Foreign Savage says he was our second best lineman at times this year. WTF. He said, we're going to cut Klein, but keep Elfline. WTF is Spillman doing? So Foreign Savage, Vikings fan in here, is a little teed off right now.
So
after the breaking news.
This is an interesting tinfoil hat from the Twitter sphere from the New England area, right? It's basically saying, what if? So Stephon Gilmore's contract runs out next year, I believe, or I think he has an out next year. What if Vrabel's clearing space to go after Gilmore next year? And draft a corner this year.
Who? Stephon Gilmore?
Stephon Gilmore from the Pats. His contract is up next year.
And you're saying who's trying to get him?
Vrabel. What if Vrabel's clearing space?
The Titans.
What if What if they're trying to make room
to make a trade?
To make a trade or to make a move to get Gilmore.
To acquire him.
That would come. That would come from out of left field. Like I have no indication of that even, being a thought. I don't know. But I mean, if that's the case, 100% the Patriots are tanking for Trevor. If they unload him.
Oh yeah. Let me ask you this, Colt.
Countryman, I'm Italian. That's what we do. We talk, we hug, and we drink.
But Countryman said Bobby talked too much.
Tight end losing to Laney Walker.
I mean, it really doesn't affect him too much. We haven't had him for 2 years, to be honest.
That's true.
So it's not really a big loss when you think of it like that. He was a great Tennessee Titan, probably the best free agent pickup in the Tennessee Titans history. We're gonna miss him. He's a good leader, but we've actually got about 3 tight ends who play pretty well. Jonnu Smith is up and rising. Anthony Firkser is very solid and underrated, in my opinion. I think Titans are fine as far as tight ends.
Yeah. I can see us going interior
Walker
or a defensive lineman in the draft. Or like you said, getting a corner in this draft.
Yeah, this one's almost borderline not PG, but we're going to put it up here. I think Flatlines would love him some Gilmore on the Titans.
I think so.
that was pretty
I
good.
think
That was pretty good, man.
that's awesome.
That was good.
Countryman says Delaney might go to the Colts. He could be. That's one of the teams that I
Mhm.
thought was interested in him. Your boy Rocha, though, says, I don't think the Patriots would trade him. Foreign Savage says, if we trade Anthony Harris, we can use whatever we got to trade for Thunry. Flatline says, I thought you were going to delete it. No, threw it up there. It was a good comment.
So we got breaking news out of the Cardinals camp, if you want that.
Here we go. Breaking news.
So breaking news for the Arizona Cardinal fans. Cardinals are signing former Giants and Lions linebacker Devin Kennard. 3-year deal.
Man, there's been a lot of trades, right? Did you say trade or sign?
They're signing
okay.
former Giants and Lions linebacker Devin Kennard on a 3-year deal. So Cardinals picking a defensive guy up.
Absolutely.
That is one thing.
Cardinals
Kingsbury
might be
struggled.
really building really quick, guys.
Mm-hmm. That is one thing Kingsbury struggled when he was at Tech was getting defensive guys. You know, his thing was we're going to outscore people. And
Yeah.
so seeing that kind of, I think he's, I don't know, learn, but just realize we need to get dudes on the defensive side of the ball to help the offense out.
Yeah, no, they definitely need to continue to build that defense and I think continue to build that O-line on the offense side. They've got pieces now. They just need to build around them.
Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously? Seriously.
Is that
Mario
the infamous
says
fat
Kennard
cat?
is very good.
Yeah, that's the Tank, otherwise known as my cat.
Ugh.
Yeah, Tank making a appearance right there.
Don't say Fowler. ESPN's just going through all these real quick.
ESPN, all I see, man, they are staying on the Nick Foles to the Bears train. That's for sure.
Yeah. Texans signing Vernon Hargraves.
Yeah, they re-signed Vernon Hargraves.
That was a team-friendly deal, though, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah. Golly.
So once again, to reiterate, there's tweets coming out about this too. It's a lot. They're saying a lot of these a lot of these West Coast to East Coast deals, or any deal that requires lots of travel, is going to be more than likely delayed, either hours or up to 24 hours because of the whatever that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you also got to think about some of these dudes who are kind of coming off some injury issues. Like if you've got some free agents out there who might be coming off injuries, like maybe a Delaney Walker, or there's multiple cases. A lot of these teams don't want to offer you a contract till you get,
pass a physical
and get with the team doctors and have the team doctors clear you. So, and at the moment you can't do that. So there's going to be some free agents out there who are coming off of some injuries that might not get a deal for a while until they can be cleared and evaluated by some of these team doctors. Mario says he's very happy with the free agent picks that we have gotten. We got a former Packer that is a Giants fan in a Mario 45G. So as of right now, with just all the news coming out, is there a runaway winner who win free agency? I mean, if you're going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it might not just be because of Tom Brady. Like at the end of the day, Tom Brady is 43. Tom Brady's not what he used to be. But if anything, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now front line and center on every ESPN sports. And that when's the last time really anybody talked about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? So that might just make them the winner.
When they had Chucky coaching?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. I would say the Cardinals with DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, yeah.
Getting that deal. And
Yeah, absolutely. Brayton says, does Elliman stay in New England or goes to Tampa Bay?
God,
Does he ask for a trade? Maybe you think?
If Brady's lighting it up midway through the season, trading deadline, it could happen.
You think they would wait till midseason though? Maybe.
I would think.
what do y'all think?
Country
Josh
Man
Rosen?
says Bills. He thinks Bills has maybe be one of the winners with the big trade they got for Stephon Diggs. They gave up a lot, but they did get what they've been needing, and that's
Well,
a wide receiver.
did they really give up a lot? It was like a first, a fifth, and a sixth, I think.
And a next year's
Fourth.
fourth. I mean, it's definitely a lot of capital.
But I mean, those guys that are lower in the draft, like they might have overpaid a little bit, but not by that much.
Yeah. And I mean, Stephon Diggs is a talent. I love some Stephon Diggs. He can play.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely
gives
a
that
loss
young
for the
quarter-
Vikings. Your boy Roach says Niners have had a good free agency. I haven't really seen much out of the 49ers camp as far as signing people, but I know this, I haven't really seen them lose anybody.
I think they've signed a few, and I think they made a trade with the Colts for something.
Yeah, they did trade to Forrest Buckner.
Mm-hmm. To the Colts for, was it a pick?
Yeah. Like a first-round draft pick. So they did get a first-round draft pick out of that.
Right.
But Buckner's their talent.
Oh, that's
Your boy Rocha says we have done what we wanted to do, and that's re-sign our players. Are you upset about the Buckner though? I mean, he's a talent that you get a first-round pick in return, but you lose that talent.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some news out of the Jets camp again. It's not really breaking news. It's not signing news, but it is news. So this says, according to the Jets organization, they did not extend tenders to restricted free agents, linebacker James Burgess and cornerback Arthur Mollett. So they are free to sign with whoever they want. So
Okay.
those are two more Jets defensive players that could be gone.
Oh, duh. The Ravens getting Calais Campbell.
Yeah, that's a big splash for them. Definitely, sure. And I haven't really heard of the Ravens losing any players neither. So they're getting better.
They sent Hayden Hurst to Atlanta for a second-round pick.
Your boy Rocha says, I mean, he's great and all, but we just re-signed Armstead, and Buckner was wanting $20 million plus, so I'm fine with the trade. At least you did get a first-round pick out of it.
The Chris Harris money has been released, if you guys want to hear that.
Yeah.
So 2-year deal for Chris Harris for $20 million.
That's good, right?
$10 million a year? Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good deal.
So Chris Harris, goes from the Broncos to the Chargers as we reported it earlier. 2-year deal, $20 million, 10 apiece. So,
I think that's a good deal for him.
me too.
Countryman says, from a Titans fan, I think the Colts are going to be a challenge this year, like every year. I definitely think Flatline says that's a great deal on the Chris Harris. He says it's a great deal. He thinks that they definitely won that deal. But Countryman, I would say that I think the Colts might be the biggest challenge now, but I'm still not sold on Phillip Rivers making the Colts that much better. So, but they did get Phillip Rivers. They got Buckner. They've got a good defense. They got a good O-line. So they will be a challenge for sure. And, Jaguars are Jaguars. And I don't know what the Texans are doing.
So I have some news out of the Patriot camp, if you're interested.
Yeah, Foreign Savage did say, damn, Chris Harris getting paid way less than Trey Waynes. LMAO. Yeah, go ahead.
So this says Patriots at the current time Not interested in signing any veteran quarterbacks. Expect them to roll with Stidham for the 2020 season.
100% going for Trevor Lawrence. This pisses me off.
But here's what may happen though. Stidham lights it up. They get a late pick, and you don't have to worry about it.
Stidham ain't gonna light up nothing.
Hey, I'm having flashbacks of him running all over.
So what do y'all think of Trevor Lawrence?
Find a way to screw the Bengals and get the first overall pick, and take Joe Burrow.
So what do y'all think about Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels, and Trevor Lawrence?
If you think people hated the Patriots now, wait till that happens.
Well, do you know how much I hated the Colts when they went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck? I hated the Colts. Like, that doesn't happen. Or the Packers going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Like, get out of here. There's franchise
to be
who
fair,
never
though,
even had a franchise quarterback, and y'all get back-to-back franchise quarterbacks?
To be fair, Rodgers was only on the roster when Favre was let go.
Well, yes, but I'm saying they still caught lightning in a bottle and found another dude. You know, like, that is insane.
Exactly.
Joshua says, what do you guys think about the Foles signing to the Bears? We hit on that at the start. I think it's great for the Jaguars that they were able to get rid of that money. And we didn't think it was as good for the Bears because they was taking the money, but they did restructure that contract. So yeah, I think it's good for the Bears. They now got competition in that room. It's not just up to I mean, does that make him a day one starter right away? Did Trubisky just become a backup, or is there a competition, guys?
You know, I was listening to ESPN, and they were saying, you know, Foles does a pretty good job playing that mentor role. And they think they're bringing Foles in just to light a fire under Trubisky, you know, because those guys at Chicago, I guess, were they at Philadelphia when Foles was there?
I think so.
And so Foles has, you know, knows the system, knows that stuff, and is able to mentor him. But worst comes to worst, Foles is the starting quarterback.
I'll say that. Yeah. 34 said the Broncos robbed the Titans. I'm telling you, from the outside looking in, yes, but I don't think so, 34. It ain't a robbery. I love me some Jarrell Casey. I love me some Jarrell Casey.
Okay.
He's a great person, and he's been a great player, but he's 30 years old, getting paid $13.5 million a season. His stats are declining. I don't think they robbed him. It's a very win-win for the Broncos. Like, if they can afford to pay him, yeah, you give up a seventh round pick. I think it's going to be good for the Broncos, but I think it's good for the Titans too when they got to give players some money, like a Derrick Henry potentially, or if they want to go out and try to get another big splash in free agency, they had to move some money. So I think it's a good move by the Titans. It's unfortunate. I mean, I love Jarrell Casey, but I mean, Jarrell Casey making $13.5 million a year at the age of 30 when his stats are starting to decline. You rather get out early than to get out late.
If anything with Casey, I think he's going to be a good guy to eat up blocks for Vaughn and those other guys to go make plays. I mean, he's just a space eater right now in this time in his career. He's just going to be a space eater. You know, get this gap. You have this gap. Don't let anyone take this gap. And let those guys around and make plays.
Joshua said Foles got starting money. He did. So, I mean, maybe like say he walks straight into a starting role.
All right, officially from the Washington Redskins Twitter page. And I believe the Ian Rappaport should be coming through any second. I want to make sure and confirm it before we do that. Oh, no, we got... Hold on. Trying to do this. Sorry, guys. All right, so per the Washington Redskins, let me go back. Nothing solid on the other lead so far. So I'm not going to do it unless it's confirmed. But We do have a confirmation from the Washington Redskins official Twitter page. They have agreed to terms with cornerback Kendall Fuller. So Kendall
that from
Fuller
Chicago?
headed to the Washington Redskins.
Is he from Chicago?
I believe so.
Or am I thinking of another Fuller?
No, that's another Fuller. Kendall.
Okay.
No, that's another Fuller. So Kendall Fuller signing with the Washington Redskins.
Okay.
Here's something from Rappaport just now. Free agent Jadeveon Clowney is healthy and is working out in Houston.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you think he's
So they're probably
Bill
going to have to
O'Brien's from-
fly to him.
Yeah. He's not working out for the Texans. He's just working out in Houston. Like I
in
think
Houston? Okay.
I still think he owns a house there or he resides there.
I wouldn't. Shoot.
I've
why
heard
not?
they're doing Skype workouts.
Yeah, probably.
I've heard that's how they're working these guys out. They're working them out with Skype.
I'm telling you, if they could get him at a good deal, I'd take the risk if I'm the Titans. Foreign says Kyle Fuller from Chicago is who I'm thinking of. Yeah, if they got Kyle Fuller, I was thinking that's a good deal. I like Kyle Fuller. I like him a lot. Guys, at this rate, I think we'll go for about 15 to 20 more minutes. This has been a great stream breaking anything news. And if anything else breaks right now, we'll cover it on the topic. But this has definitely been good for all sports fans, guys. I mean, this has been a really good, exciting time for NFL. There's going to be a lot more to break. Like, say, Jadeveon Clowney still not really being rumored to any team. Panthers releasing safety Eric Reed. There's still a lot of movements going on and a lot of untold stories. And like say, as far as Tom Brady, we still haven't seen no numbers come out, and it's still Tom Brady expected to sign. But we've seen crazy things to happen. So until that is officially done, you just don't know.
So Bobby, here's my question for you, man.
What's up?
When are you ordering that Tom Brady Tampa Bay jersey? When's that coming in? Are you gonna wait till the new jerseys come out, or are you gonna order an old one?
If they get to the playoffs, I'll get me a Tampa Bay Tom Brady jersey.
You've heard it here first, folks.
I love it.
So, all right, I
Love it.
do want to hit on this. Jameis Winston. Where does he go,
Oh,
and is he a starting quarterback in the league? I want to hear both on this. A former number 1 overall quarterback, former national champion with Florida State Seminoles. Jameis
Heisman
Winston,
Trophy winner.
former Heisman Trophy winner. Very similar, of course, to Marcus Mariota, all those things. Mariota never won a national championship. Jameis did. Jameis beat him head up. But what do y'all think? Is Jameis Winston a starter in the league? Where are you thinking he's going to go? Because I've heard nothing on the Winston. Rumors.
We got some breaking news from Rappaport. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Bring it.
So, breaking news per Ian Rappaport, the Seahawks are bringing back old friend defensive end Bruce Irvin.
Wow.
So, Bruce Irvin headed back to Seattle.
Okay. So
That's gonna be good for them.
when you're saying bring him back, I'm like, oh, wow, is Clowney going back? But it's Bruce Irvin instead.
Well, Winston had LASIK done
He's
like
a
a month
former
ago.
first-round draft pick. Heads home to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it fool you. Winston still sucks, even with the LASIK.
Even with the nearsightedness, when he has to squint to see the signals.
So Bobby, do you think Winston does wherever he goes, he's going to have to be a backup for now?
The crab burglar? Yeah.
Oh, crab legs.
Here's the thing I go back to. I don't know what's more impressive, 30 touchdown passes or 30
Or 30 interceptions.
Like,
How do you throw 30 interceptions in 60 in what?
for real. But
in
I mean,
16 games?
It is 100%
Oh.
honest. Like, it is true. Like, it's impressive to throw 30 touchdowns in a season in the NFL. Like, he's got talent, but he throws 30 interceptions to match it. I don't know.
Oh, I know, Bobby, because I had him on my fantasy team last year. And he was rolling, and then he started throwing picks. I'm thinking, son of a gun.
Here's one interesting thing. I'll say this. Do you think if they go to Jameis and they say, look, sign back with us, sit for 2 years under Tom Brady, and it could be your show again? And Jameis Winston be the backup to Tom Brady. How would that not help out Jameis Winston?
Oh, it's going to help out, but I think he's too much of a competitor to sit. When you've been, and you know, Coach, when you've been the dude for so long, and you're asked, hey, you got to sit down, that's hard, especially for a quarterback. Or any athlete.
At some point, you got to look at your other options.
So this is interesting. The Broncos offered Chris Harris more money than the Chargers did. They offered him 3 for $36, and he signed for 2 for $20. So he clearly wanted out.
He wanted out.
Oh, I think
he wanted out.
And back on the Jameis show, I think Jameis, he has the talent to. But we all knew he had the talent when he's coming out of Florida State. You know, he had the arm, he had the athleticism, and let's be fair, Jimbo Fisher's offense, it's an NFL offense. It's complicated. There's multiple reads, and he was able to execute that pretty well. But we don't know if Fisher had to simplify it. We don't know that. I think he could, but it has to be the team has to fall in love with him and trust him.
Yeah. Like I say, I haven't heard anything on the Jameis Winston front, but that will be one that I'm interested to see where he goes. And if he, I mean, a lot like, you know, with Mariota elected to go to the Raiders, and we'll see if he can kind of revive his career there, being a backup, and when he gets the chance, if he takes advantage of it.
I'm more interested in how much money he's going to get. How much is he worth? What's the market for him?
Yeah.
Or Mariota?
No, I think he's talking
Winston.
Oh, Winston, yeah.
Absolutely. Guys, unless something major breaks, I think we're going to go for about 7 more minutes. That will get us to 4:30, an hour and a half past when the new league year started, and I think this has been a good one so far. Like say, unless something drastic just breaks that we got to talk for a while, I think that's where we'll go. Guys, I appreciate y'all, everyone in the chat constantly hanging out with us. And like I say, be on the lookout for to come with some sports trivia competition nights. I think that's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, guys. But as of right now, it's quiet down a little bit. It was pretty active this morning, to say the least.
So you want a little fun fact?
Bring it.
Jameis Winston threw 30 picks last year, right?
Yep.
Tom Brady threw from 2016 to 2019 through 29.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to cut down on the turnovers. That's for sure. Durka Time comes in, says the Clowney watch is killing me. Durka Time, who do you root for? Are you hoping your team gets Clowney, or are you just watching them from an outside advantage?
Oh no!
What do they say they were going to do with the NFL draft?
Yeah, it is officially canceled at Las Vegas. Las Vegas has lost the draft. They're going to have the draft in a closed location. The draft will continue to go on. People can watch. He says Durka Time. Durka Time says Titans. Yeah, I agree. I mean, maybe the Titans are – I haven't seen an official report saying the Titans are linked to trying to get Jadeveon Clowney, but maybe. But like say, the draft will be held – it might be held back in New York. I don't know, back where it used to. But They're going to have the draft. People can watch, but it won't be at Vegas, and there won't be fans.
Is
So
it just going to
this-
be the team representatives and Goodell?
Same Durka time. What did you say?
Is it going to be just like the team representatives, like it's always been?
I think so.
Are they bringing those?
Essentially-
Are they going to bring the players in?
I
Or
don't
they
think the
keep the
players will
players
be brought
out?
in. I don't think the players will be able to brought in. You can't have that many people.
True.
They might
True.
even have maybe just one representative from each team, and then the rest of the teams on like Skype or something like that. Like it's going to be unprecedented, but I don't
Mhm.
think you'll see any players come to the NFL draft this year. I don't have nothing confirmed. I haven't read an article saying that. That's just my gut feeling.
So this coming from Patriots team representatives, Nate Ebner talking with the Dolphins.
Who's that
Just-
again?
Nate Ebner talking with the Dolphins.
Who's Nate Ebner again?
A special teams specialist for the Patriots
Gotcha.
and a backup safety.
Okay.
So Pat's in danger of losing yet again another defensive player.
The tank for Trevor is becoming more real at every passing moment.
It's like say
Trevor Lawrence going to look good in that New England Patriots uniform.
I wonder what the radio sounds like right now in Boston for sure.
Well, you know when
I'll
Brady
let you
went to
know in
long
about
hair?
15 minutes.
Kenny Isaac says everyone leaving the Patriots. Jeez.
You just gotta hope someone is just a little bit worse than New England
Here's the
that
thing.
needs a
Though.
quarterback.
Here's the thing. They still got Belichick, guys. And
Mhm.
honestly, like, if I'm Jameis Winston, I'm like, I'll go beg Belichick to take me, and have Belichick try to, revive Jameis Winston's career. Elias says we all probably wish that Brady would have stayed. I definitely think there's a lot of Patriots fans who did not want to see Brady go. To the Patriots fans out there who said that they were ready to get him gone, that it ain't Brady, that it's all Belichick, we'll see.
We're about
So-
to find out.
Leaks are coming out about the Tom Brady contract. It's a two-year deal with up to $60 million guaranteed.
Okay, so it's around that 30 mil a year mark, which is
Yeah.
about the going rate I thought it would be.
So those are the
Is that with
rumors.
incentives?
Those are the rumors. 2
I
years,
wonder.
2 years with up to $60 million.
He'll be 43 in August. He'll be 44 the next. He's always talked
45.
about he wanted to play to 45. So that would get him to that 45 mark and he could retire.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
King Isaac said if Belichick leaves, it would be funny. Oh, if Belichick leaves, he can't leave. That will be like saying, well, no Brady, I'm out. And that it was all Brady.
Quits halfway through the season.
Oh, God. All right, so reports saying Tom Brady 2 years, upwards of $60 million. So I mean that's about where I thought it would be.
That's the rumors. Yep. So that's the rumor. Yep. A
Yeah.
2-year deal with up to $60 million guaranteed.
Nothing confirmed yet.
Right.
Ian Rappaport hasn't said it, Stiffner, but I think it's going to be pretty well close to that. I'll be shocked if it's a lot more.
So if y'all want a coronavirus update, Massachusetts has just officially closed all the malls. That's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I know.
2 minutes ago, the
Oh.
Cowboys are bringing back cornerback Anthony Brown on a 3-year deal. According to a source, Brown was limited to 9 games last season because of triceps injury. A 6th-round pick in 2016, Brown has 4 interceptions and 3 sacks. So not too big news, but it's news.
That,
Well, guys, I think we're going to get to where we wrap this up. This has been a very successful stream, really good up to date. We're going to continue to bring more sports talk on this channel. as always, guys, if y'all don't have Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk, which I know most of you do in the chat, but if you don't, or if you have some buddies who don't, make sure they get on the Butcher Block and Patriots Talk bandwagon. Make sure they hit that red button and hit that bell. He's constantly got sports talk over there. And, of course, he's always covering everything Boston, which nowadays that Boston sports market media is going through the roof. So you're not going to want to miss that entertainment. I'm going to kind of let y'all have some closing remarks as you head out. Other Coach K, you got any closing remarks so far on what free agency has been? Do you have any predictions of what free agency will continue to bring?
Hopefully just more entertainment. Give again, like I said, in my opening when we got here. Just give us something to take our minds off all this stuff that's going on, and allowing us to just keep talking sports, and just being able to just debate and have a conversation with people. Excited to see what happens. I'm ready to see what happens, and I'm just hoping and praying that everything gets kind of cleaned up and get ready to go for the season. So just Coach, appreciate it. Butcher, appreciate it. It's been fun, guys.
I appreciate you, the other Coach K. Absolutely. Like I say, we hope that this Corona crap can get on out of here, and all the sports can come back, and definitely we don't want it to work its way into the NFL or the college football seasons for sure.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm worried about right there.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you joining the stream, the other Coach K.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag Tank for Trevor.
All right. So, Butcher Block, like say, I really appreciate you coming on in here, chilling with us, and constantly keeping us updated on anything breaking news. You got anything to close us out with? Any final remarks regarding NFL free agency, New England sports, or anything future free agent news?
It's going to be interesting because like the whole Brady situation is going to be definitely something to watch. Interested to see what the final numbers are on Brady's contract, what the realistic guaranteed money is, because that's going to determine probably how much I lose it, because the Pats didn't do anything to really offer him anything. So we'll see how that goes. And Jadeveon Clowney's definitely going to be one to watch to see where he ends up. But hopefully we get an entertaining couple of days. Like the other Coach K said, it'll help take our minds off of the craziness that is going on, today with the coronavirus. But once again, guys, I appreciate the coach for having me on the show. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we get an entertaining next couple of days with free agency, and hopefully we see some big splash moves being made. But thanks a lot, Coach, for having me. It's been fun.
Absolutely, Butcher, man. It's always an honor when you come on the YouTube channel and chill with us for a little bit, man. You've got a great channel, and like say, guys in the chat, you always a lot of times see me on Butcher Block and Patriots Talk because the dude is legit and he's a genuine dude. So I appreciate you very much for joining the stream and hanging out with us a little bit, Bobby.
No problem, Coach. You got it, man.
Take it easy. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up. So a really good NFL, entertaining NFL free agency live stream here, guys. A lot of teams trying to get better. A lot of teams, staying status quo, and some teams losing some key pieces. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go throughout the next few days, guys. But I appreciate y'all joining the stream. As always, thank you always for just hanging out with us. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up like you do. Thank you for sharing the stream out, constantly letting it have a chance to grow the conversation. And if you're subscribed to the Coach Plays, as always, guys, I appreciate you very much. Hashtag Coaches 2K Climb. Guys, that's going to do it for this one. Until next time, guys. Peace.